Hello and welcome to the channel. This is Paolo Trianni and I am doing a review of Rogan, The Thief in the Castle, or Thief in the Castle. This is a much anticipated game. A lot of people were looking forward to this because it looked graphically amazing, and a stealth game is, much needed on a VR platform right now. So the graphics, let's go into the graphics first. The graphics are really beautiful. From the doors opening to the armored suits, to the clunky sound of those armored suits as well. That's sound, and the design of the suits as well. Like you get like the horns and the combat systems, and it's fantastic. The lighting's pretty decent. Going into FIFA mode is pretty decent. There's a lot of graphical beauty in this, but then the bad parts are it's fuzzy, and it shouldn't be fuzzy or blurry, as some people would say. It almost feels like a film grain, doesn't it? Or noise, and it's quite a lot of it, so it's almost like it's not running at the right resolution, or I'd say that pretty much. The graphic settings are bleak. You've got the choice between low, medium and high. That's not acceptable for PC, and they basically say you need a 1080 if you want it on high. I have a 2080 Ti. I would like to make it not fuzzy. I don't want to play a game that's fuzzy because that would just create a headache, and yeah, the graphics look good, but why do I have to look at them like so fuzzy? It's just stupid. I mean, I don't really want that at all. And then, as you can see by the video behind me, you've got like your hood, and it kind of covers up quite a part of your face as well. And that graphical design, you can see where they were going with it, but they probably needed to draw that back a little bit more or something. I mean, some people, and give the option for people to get rid of it, because some people just don't want that there at all. And I think that would be hugely important. I'm not going to stick around, go on about the graphics too much, because you can basically see what it is, minus the stuff that I have mentioned about the blur and like the noise grain you kind of feel to it, that you can't see from the videos or the trailers. That is definitely something that you would put most people off, and I think that's something they need to address ASAP. And if you want to see that, this is my actual playthrough video, so there's me like behind this chair. So yeah, you need to put that into account. The fuzziness is just not acceptable. And then let's just jump straight into the gameplay. The gameplay is okay for the first 2, 3, 4 sections or something, and then it gets kind of repetitive really quick. You're kind of looking at, you're kind of following a storyline. You're a thief who's just happened to bump into a story of betrayal, and you're just following along with it as well, and you're kind of helping this blonde woman out without giving too much away. That's my hand. And maybe I'll just block that a little bit more. Then you're going around thieving at the same time. So you kind of start off thieving, in fact, but then it suddenly just escalates into you helping this person out. But as you go along, you're grabbing treasure and you're picking up these things and stuff like that. And you're thinking, wow, I'm making a lot of money here. Eventually I'll be able to upgrade. And from what I've played of it, I haven't actually got all the way to the end. But what I've played of it so far, it's just, that doesn't happen. It's almost like you're just grabbing all that loot for leaderboards, maybe. I haven't got a clue. Like this loot that I'm just picking up here, it makes absolutely no sense. There is free treasures in every section, so they want you to collect that, so that might inspire you to want to go and look for those treasures. But like I said, there's no upgrading, there's no nothing. The stealth part of the gameplay isn't too bad, but it's not exactly rocket science. I mean, I wouldn't call Far Cry 4 or 3 or something like that to be a stealth game, but you can play it as a stealth game, and if you mess up, you've messed up the stealth. I wouldn't call Grand Theft Auto 5 a stealth game, but the stealth moments that you can play in Grand Theft Auto that still beat this game. Because they're difficult. If you mess up, you have to start from the beginning or something like that. I mean, yes, if you mess up on this, you start from the beginning, but it's hard to mess up. You literally have to be in front of somebody. You know, it's not too difficult to sneak around. There's difficulty levels like I'm pretty sure there is, but yeah, I didn't find that very challenging and rewarding at all. The gameplay, yeah, the gameplay's really awful. It's absolutely awful. If I was to give the graphics a score, I'd give it maybe a 7 out of 10, and all the rest is knocked off with the blurry grain crap. If I was to give the gameplay a score, it'd literally be down in the threes, 3 out of 10 or something like that. It's absolutely, it's just not good enough. I mean, there needs to be more combat. Not, you need to be able to pick up more items and use them in the environment. There needs to be climbing so you can get above, and you should be able to jump down and take out an enemy. Maybe, it's a stealth game. I mean, that's kind of Assassin's Creed is, might not be seen as a stealth game, but it is a little bit. It'd be nice to have some of those characteristics. Look at this dude's armor behind me right now. It's absolutely amazing. The graphics is pretty good. It's just a shame if they got rid of that grain. I'd give it 10 out of 10. I would for graphics. Gameplay, not so much. What about the story? Well, I haven't made it all the way to the end, but the story is all about betrayal and stuff like that. It's not too bad. It's about halfway. It's not absolutely thrilling. Doesn't keep you peeled to your seat. The voice acting, well, let's go straight to the audio. The voice acting her voice acting is not so bad. Your voice acting is just dislodged from the whole game in places. It's just, I'm a thief, it just almost feels like they didn't even hire an actor. They just got Bob from down the road, to just shout out some words just without emotional feelings almost. Just feels a little bit dislodged to me. The other audio, the footsteps and stuff like that, is obviously very good because that's a big part of the game. There's other parts that when you pick stuff up, they sound pretty damn good. I would say all that sounds pretty good. The virtual surround sound is pretty damn good. I'm not going to say 3D because I don't think it's that 3D. I don't think people understand 3D as well as virtual surround sound. It sounds more virtual than 3D. I suppose to a certain degree it's nearer to 3D than most games in VR and PC VR, but it's still not perfectly great. If something dropped and you wouldn't pinpoint it, probably you'd know which direction it was coming from, but you wouldn't hear it literally in the spot it would hit the ground probably. Not that you can probably do that kind of crap unless it's just part of the cutscene, and there's quite a few moments of cutscenes, and that's another thing I disliked about this game. So it is the fade to black moments. It's just, I thought we kind of had seen the last of the fade to black moments. I mean, there's no way in the world you should be going up a rope and then you just do it twice and then suddenly you're on top, even through the window that you're supposed to go through, and you're already looking through like a pieces of wood or something like right at the beginning, for instance. Moments like that. Or you go and open the door and suddenly it fades to black and it says section 2 or whatever, and you're like, what? I don't like that. It's they do a nice job of it so it doesn't sort of make you feel motion sick or something, but it's I would just prefer a more fluent motion with that. So you just go through, you have to go all the way up that, the rope ladder right at the beginning or something, and straight through the window yourself. That would have been fantastic. And when you go through section 1 to section 2, section 2 to section 3, etc., it just flows and it just comes up in front of your screen, section 2 or something like that, like in a puff of smoke or something like that, instead of going completely black and letting you load up for a bit. I would have preferred that personally. What else to say this game? For a game that looks like it was going to be a hit, ended up being quite disappointing at this point in time. Hopefully, the devs will not threaten or start to get salty about this, but they will actually improve this game, because there's always time to improve a game. I mean, yeah, it should be perfect when it comes out, or almost perfect when it comes out, would be fantastic. And but if that doesn't happen, then there's an opportunity for this game to still be something if the devs just put some time and listen to people's problems with it, like with the hood and the stealth, and probably more combat. Would have been great. Picking up more items in the game, I don't know if they can even accomplish that now, but that would have been fantastic. I mean, yeah, you open these chests, you just feel like you're going to get something else out of it, and like a weapon maybe that you can see, you could get into some of the combat in it. It would have been fantastic to have a bit more combat than just smacking a piece of wood on someone's head, or chandelier, or any piece of object. Would have been fantastic to use. If you could just pick up a barrel, even though that's not going to be quiet. And yeah, fair enough. You pick up a barrel and smash it on someone's head, and then someone else hears you and comes and gets you. Then that's there, and you'll be like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. Like, I could use the barrel to knock someone out, but at the same time, it was obviously too big, and they all heard me and come rushing. It just isn't there. It just isn't there, and it's fairly disappointing. So, if you're watching this, you need to really listen to the stuff I've just said, and also listen to a lot of the negative comments I believe that this game is getting. I read about 2, I think, yesterday. I've not really done much other than that because I've been really busy. So I don't know if it's really negative everywhere else. Some people are probably really positive about it. I'm sure that lots of people are positive about it, but I haven't really watched any. So my first opinions this is just generally my first opinion review. So, if I suggest, if you want a stealth game, there's not much out there, but there is going to be Spire 1, isn't it? Isn't that the stealth game? Spire 1, maybe wait for that. That's more of a sort of Tom Clancy's, the stealth version of that game. I can't remember what that's called off the top of my head right now. So would I recommend this game? I would say no, not at the moment. No. I would definitely give this one a little bit of a wide berth at the moment. I mean, if you want eye candy, maybe super sampling can fix the grainy blur. By the not making it show up themselves makes me think that maybe there's a reason for that. They just haven't optimized it enough yet to be able to fix the grainy blur, so maybe super sampling won't work. But the gameplay itself will bore you after a while. You'll get to section 5 and you'll be just thinking, this needs to be refunded maybe, or something like that. I don't know, but it'll disappoint you. And I think that the developers need to really. It's a sad case, I don't really want to say something bad about a game because I love gaming, but I just kind of feel a little bit disappointed, I guess, about this game. I remember actually saying in a playthrough, is this just going to tell me it's blood? And it just goes, yeah, this looks like it could be someone's blood or someone else's blood or something like that. And I'm like, this is almost like they just put that in there just to, carry things going a little bit. The walkie-talkie bit made sense, but like when you go up to somebody dead on the floor and there's like a magnifying glass and you press that bit there and then the dialogue goes, oh, it looks like this was a serious struggle. And I'm like, the guy's dead on the floor. I mean, that goes without saying, but it's just almost like they just wanted to fit more in there because it's just, they just couldn't drag it through with the storyline a little bit enough. It's a shame you can't play as the woman, if I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah. And it's a complete shame. I completely forgot her name. But I don't want to give too much away. I can't recommend it. Hopefully they'll just sort some of the problems out with it. I don't think there's that many bugs though. When it comes to bugs, there's just one thing that's really annoying. I don't know if it's a bug. When you get too close to a wall or something, it will just come up white in your face, like just there. And it will have some writing on it, and it will just give some hints or something like that. And it's like a flashbang, in your face a little bit. It's just unnecessary. It shouldn't be there. You shouldn't have to have that there. And that was a bad choice as well. Or it's not supposed to activate that way, which would then make it a bug. But other than that, I think it's, pretty much bug free. It's just gameplay is just a huge letdown, I think. So anyway, if you like this review, please give me a like. If you dislike this review, which would probably be all the developers, you can always give a dislike. Please subscribe if you could. Also hit the bell at the bottom there if you want to see more videos like this. And what else is there? Oh yeah, I love you a long time. Ciao.